Hello everyone, I'm back with a special video today, and this one, because I was taking some feedback, from like the last one, and honestly this one, I'm going to try to like simplify many of the things that I say to a much more like, lower ranked understanding. Maybe it's like easier to say things that way or describe it in a simpler term, and I want to start that by like obviously playing in gold, and right now I'm playing in gold slash silver. I'm actually in Korea right now, so like this is on the Korean server. So basically, gold slash silver in Korea. These players, like, their knowledge and their macro knowledge of the game is really really bad. So I'm gonna try to like abuse that by trying to play a game full macro only, just ADC, trying to win with my brain and not just my hands and my mechanics. So, ADC, it's a pretty mechanical role, right? But you could still win with just your brain. And in every single role, you could do the same thing. So in this video, I'm just going to show it. It's also why I'm playing Ashe, considering she's a really easy AD carry to pilot. Very straightforward. Yeah, usually you don't really want Lesion this season, but, Lesion, a lot of the times in ranked solo queue, it's not always about the best thing you can do. It's about what's best for your team's mental and what's best for what your team wants, and how you could just be, a chill guy for your team, so you don't really get flamed or lose. Alright, here I'm not even going to try to like trade mechanically or try to like outplay the Lucian. I'm just going to try to gain push in this lane. And the reason why I'm trying to do that, why I get push here, is because I always keep this rule in my head. If bot lane has 4 ranged characters, push the wave. Alright, bad last hits, but when everyone is ranged, it's an advantage to push the wave, since whoever gets the wave pushing can start looking for their ranged trades and start winning from just their trading advantages with creep advantages. Usually champs like Nautilus or engaged supports can cheat that and win and hook into you even though you might have minions over them. So Nami passes my wave, I'll attack. My support hits as a cooldown, I attack. They dash on me, I kite away. I could have killed him there, but I'm not going to go for the intense mechanical outplay. I'm just going to try to play it standard and, play my trades out very normally until the enemy team is eventually just choked out. And in many games, in many ways, you can just get a high win rate playing like this. Playing very controlled, not going for any risky fights. I could have went for that 2v2, maybe I could have misplayed it, and it would have been super risky for me. But here I am, I'm just going to keep farming, I'm going to keep pushing. Push, push, push. When you're in this 2v2 range matchup, I'm just going to keep pushing. Because once I get them under turret, they're free reign for my volleys. Free reign for me hitting turret. And Nico wants to hit turret, and Nico wants to poke. So this is just better for the both of us. But if, let's say, Nico was a Blitzcrank... Oh, maybe Blitzcrank's a cheat example. If Nico wasn't Leona, can Leona really, like, do anything when the enemy team is under turret? Not really. They're just going to, like, run back into their turret, and we'll just die trying to dive them. So when we're double ranged, it's really good for us to be pushing. Here I'm going to put 2 points into my W, because I don't care if the jungler comes, we have a lot of good vision. So I get the damage. I trade on them because I will always trade with my minions. Here they go, they're fighting with my minions. I'll barrier, stand still hit, kite back into my wave, run away, and I push the wave. Always remember, after a kill, after someone dies in the bot lane, just think about your next objective. And that is, killing the wave. Nico found an insane play there with her flash E, and, supported a lot of the job there, just like hitting all her spells, getting that kill on Nami. I basically did nothing but pushed and just kited into my minion wave. No mechanical outplay, nothing special there. They're just double killed, and their lane is pretty much over. Because now look, they lose that big wave, and the wave is now... Always look at your waves when you're going to be playing like this, guys. If you don't want to like focus mostly on your hands, focus on intense mechanical outplays, look at the minion waves. Because now you see this wave is coming towards us. It's coming to our direction. If we just let it hang like this, it'll eventually come to our turret. And with knowing that, we can now make a plan to like say, hey, I'm going to fight them now that I know that I have this buy advantage, so they don't get a big crash on my turret. Because remember, 2v2 ranged, we don't want them to build a big wave on us, because then that's their advantage to go push or take plates. So I'm going to try to thin this out as much as I possibly can. Maybe even set up like a freeze so Nico can find an engage angle. Whatever we can to make it as like volatile in our advantage. Because we want these minions not to be too overpowering so that we can't trade into them. Because remember, last time we only won that 2v2 because I traded in my wave. I played with my minions. And now here, I'm going to hold this wave here because I know that Nico wants a fight. Nico messed up a bit. You know, your support's always going to randomly hit this wave. You know, that was like pretty much like frozen on our side for a long time. But Nico, she just starts smacking it. You can't really control what your supports do. You adapt, you know. At this point, we can always push. We can always do anything we want. Trade Lucian. He's trying to push on my line. I'm close to my turret. I feel safe to retreat whenever, so I'll trade him. Not exactly a fully winning trade, but I'll take it because it's on my defensive side always. Here, I'll just hawk shot random places. I'm not even gonna think. I'm just gonna think about my wave, pushing and getting this in. Right. The game is easier than we may think. Like, it's just a lot of it is just simple fundamentals like this, where you just start pushing and start pressing your advantage from minions. Minions as an AD carry, as any role that has to do with laning, are just the #1 thing you play for and play around. Here, I'm just gonna like hit the plate. See, look, Lucian has to focus on farming this cannon, so when he goes for the cannon, I can look for a trade on him, or go for the plate. Either way, he's constantly pressured. Dashes in, punished, easy punish. Running at him. That was my first mistake of the game, kiting towards him. Always kite towards your minions. Always play like that. Always run away towards your safety when you're playing like this very safe, traditional style. And there I am. Keep poking. Keep hitting them. And look, even Nico's landing their Qs and they just feel completely suffocated. And if this lane keeps playing out like this, we'll eventually just have them killed under turret. Or if they push up like this, we could even find a 2v2 fight. Obviously, wave comes first. Lucian's hitting it himself, so I'm going to answer with some hits of my own. And yeah, back to pushing, back to push. The same old standard thing. Another volley to hit the wave and them. Good value volley. Always look for spells that hit both the enemy and the wave, so you can get double value there. Get hit by the bubble, some bad barrier, and kite out. I might just die here because I completely trolled, but it's okay. See, sometimes you're going to make mistakes like that, and the mechanics are like, they're a big pivotal part, but if they keep chasing into us, maybe I'll snag a kill. Maybe I'll snag two. You know, it's all about whoever gets greedy. I shut up my, I completely shut off my brain mechanically because I could have killed this Nami, but maybe I still kill her. Oh, unlucky. That was very close, but yeah, I could have easily killed that Nami if I just like started like, I guess sidestepping or playing mechanical in any way, but I just let her leave my grasp. I'm just clicking at like 1 APM right now. Sorry guys, like for my usual APM, I guess. But I'm just trying to like reciprocate, or like, well, not reciprocate, replicate a regular game in which maybe you're not like fully locked in mechanically and you're just trying to play like a simple style to just get free wins. Right, now I base. I completely messed up that and botched it, but it was still a 1-for-1 in which I was able to push and survive. Because remember, like, one big thing you always have to remember when you're playing ADC is surviving. Surviving is the #1 priority. If you can survive, that means you can get farm. If you can survive, that means you can get turret. If you can survive, you can get objective, you can get a lead. If your support dies, his life means nothing. Because XP on you, gold on you, kills on you is all that matters. And now look, my Lee Sin's going for a gank. Lucian overstayed his welcome. See, Lucian making that mistake. He got greedy. He knew that, like, there was nobody in the lane, but he really didn't, like, expect my jungler to come. And now I can just snag a free kill here. W kill. Okay, W kill. Now I just slow this guy as well. Mechanical thing right there. Yeah, auto attack reset on the Q. Yep, the slight mechanical thing I just did right there actually helped me get that kill quickly. But, guys, don't be like that, Lucian. Don't greed for plates. Plates... never worth it unless you have perfect vision and know where people are and you have the safety of your team. Like, that guy, he just greeded. And greed, it's going to be the death of many AD carry players when you're playing a super greedy style and not just playing safe and playing for high win rates and consistent gameplay. Here, I wouldn't fully recommend this only because it was easy. Considering the reason why I did that is Nami showed top. So I thought, okay, if Lucian comes and tries to fight me, I'll take even the 1-for-1. I'll just play aggressive. I don't care if I mess up. I don't care if I miss stuff. I'm just going to try it because, hey, what's the worst that can go wrong? We get 1v2 killed? Maybe. But the odds of that happening are really low, especially since after what I saw as Lucian did, greeting like that, I didn't think he would be able to outplay us in that situation. Plus, it's a very tilting play, since now Lucian's probably flaming his Nami for leaving him, and now Nami's going mid, and we got full bot tower. So, remember, always look to punish the enemy AD carry, or at least make his life miserable whenever his support leaves lane. It's a mental damage, and it's completely easy to do nowadays, because, you know, you just burst and dive. It's pretty easy. You don't need any mechanical prowess on that. I didn't even, like, shoot an arrow. I just walked at him, slowed him, and my Nico did the work for me. And in many cases, as an AD carry main, you're going to have to wait and set up your support. A lot of people complain about their supports like, oh, like my support misses all his engages. Well, in some ways, you can always blame it on yourself. League is always a game where you can find blame in yourself, and maybe you could have set the guy up even better. My Nico's pretty decent, but I feel like I set him up for success with my knowledge this game. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, this is a fascinating fight. Well, now I'm just an ADC team fighting, and when you're team fighting as an ADC and you don't have great mechanics, what I always recommend, the easiest thing for you to do, just hit the guy in front. Just hit whoever's in front of you, and then if you have teammates around you, you're probably in a safe position to hit them. If you're too scared and you're like, and if you're a part of those ADCs that have like that back click disease where you always click away and you're always scared, just remember, League is a team game. You have teammates next to you. You have people that will support you even if you get jumped on. And I wasn't worried if Gragas ulted me and Yasuo comboed off it because I knew my Lee Sin would answer and would help me. Always rely on for your units around you, because I call usually my teammates my units, like they're like my chess pieces, because that's what they kind of are like when you're playing League like a single player game. Yeah, our teammates finding this. Remember, guys, always play off your items, off your recalls. You don't always have to force yourself to go to these unnecessary plays. As an ADC, prioritize your gold, prioritize your items, and prioritize just getting all of your strength possible, and then showing up to a fight. Even if that means waiting for like a flash cooldown, or waiting for a big cooldown like your ultimate. Just avoiding fights that may be losing, because look, I have this massive bounty. I'm not really willing to run into this empty river to lose it. So, yeah, now that it's mid game, I took the bot tower. I'm now in the mid lane right now. I'm just gonna look to farm the waves, you know, play kind of for like vision around the map. My team is like kind of skipping steps and going top lane. So here, I see a lot of people top. I'm gonna go top. I could shoot an arrow as well, but I don't want to really like, you know, make a crazy play or anything. I just want to play standard. Play a standard game. My team seems like they have that play top. So I'm just gonna farm the crab. Oh, Gragas is on the rift, or on the void crabs. Okay, I'm still farming this crab. I'm gonna hit him a bit. Oh, he wants my crab. Okay, I'm gonna be really frustrated if he takes that crab, so I'm gonna fight. I'm just gonna stand still and hit him. Honestly, it's really fun. All right, I mean, we got Gragas ult. We chunked Lucian down. Honestly, not bad at all. Yeah, I didn't notice he was there. That's pretty funny. Gragas was doing grubs while his team was all dying top. But yeah, I mean, the Scuttle Crab by me was a good play, because remember, if your teammates already don't need you and they won the play, there's no point showing up and doing nothing. Just try to get your resources up, get camps, get the next wave. Always get the next thing that gives you gold on the map, whether it be a kill, whether it be the next wave, whether it be a camp. It could be something, it could be the turret, anything. As an ADC, you're just looking to take resources, but also play a line where you're not greeting like a complete freak and selling your team, right? I wasn't feeling like I was selling my team there. I wasn't getting spam pinged saying, hey, Ash, why didn't you show up? No, like they didn't involve me in that play. I was nowhere like involved there. I was just farming mid, and you know, like a Sigma, you gotta just stay to your like grind, stay in your lane, stay where you are. Because if I go face check that river without any information, I'm cooked. I'm just one shot dead, and there goes my shutdown. Even if I have flash. It wouldn't even be worth wasting my flash. See, this whole game I've half my flash, and I'm waiting for the right moment. Because I'll show you, like, even if you don't have crazy mechanics, you know, your flash is going to be used in a way that will always be game-changing. Whether it be baiting a fight or chasing someone, flash is something you always want to have at the ready. Because it makes people scared as well to like challenge you. You always have that potential to like dodge something, or you know, have that upper hand on them in terms of mobility. So now always take the mid wave and then look for vision, right? But look, my support, she's on the map. So what do? S key. Know how to AFK. Because as ADC, if I feel like I'm trying to do too much, I'm going to go check in this river, check there, 1v1 and die. No, I'm going to wait for my team. I'm going to play around the units on my board, on my, on this chessboard that is the league game. And I'm going to wait for Nico. And now that Nico's here, look, I push the wave with her. Now, I basically go in the river with her, have my hawk shot. And now if anyone does try to challenge us, we both can like deal with that. Shoot my arrow up here. That was quite an easy arrow, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't challenge that. I wasn't really hard at all. I just pretty easy aim. And now look, we're here. We showed up to this fight, and now, we have two options. We either stay top and take the turret, or we go mid. This is the beauty of League. You have so many options. And here, I'm gonna decide I'm gonna go mid. Because maybe Gragas, outplays us. He ults us, dives us, or like he ults us into turret. He clears the wave with his ult, and we get nothing. I'm going to keep getting resources. I'm going to keep getting farm. And that's all that really matters in the game. Like, I don't care about that turret. It does nothing. I don't care if Aurelia dives the turret. See, look, I would have probably been like, that was a bad play, right? Like, if I was a part of it, maybe I would have been another victim to it. We could have been doing Herald. We could have been doing all that. And when your team makes bad plays, just let them. Here, I'm just hovering my Elysian in case Gragas decides to, greed for a kill. And I'm always, the backbone of the team. When you're playing off your macro, you have to be the consistent member who doesn't sell his life and is always there when your team needs you. I'm still here. I still have my flash. I'm still waiting for my opportunity. Now we have Rift Herald. And now we need to punish this Jace for taking our tower. Let's do that. Blue Trinket for vision. Slow him. Right click. I'm just 0 APM, just standing still. No mechanics. See, now my team wants to do Dragon. I think Dragon's free because Jace is dead for free. So, another free wave. I see Yasuo is alone. He's probably free. Nami's there. Okay, now I'm going to take the rest of this wave and go. Always, the number one thing when it comes to should you go to a fight? Should you be there? Is counting numbers, guys. Counting numbers. And what that means is, if you see more people on your screen than seems safe, like if there's multiple people, I thought Yasuo was caught, but it was actually his whole team was behind him. That's when you want to show up. That's when you want to be a part of that play. If it was just Yasuo alone getting caught, I would show up to a dead play. We call those dead plays where nothing's left and Yasuo is just caught out, and I would have done nothing if I showed up. That's why I farmed mid. But then his whole team showed up, and in hindsight, yeah, maybe I could have been there sooner, but you can't really predict the future in League of Legends. You gotta always go for the reliable play. And I still was able to make it. I still was able to use my arrow, because, remember, I'm playing Ashe as well. I could have always, cross-mapped arrow. Now, I look for my base. I don't care what happens. Base is number one priority, because now I have completed items. And you always want to look for the opportunities to base on some sort of completed item or a big spike. Also, friendly reminder, big pro tip, never buy this upgraded boots. It's horrible. This is just the worst thing Riot's ever created. ADC needs a buff. Feats are useless if you're a Berserker Greaves AD carry. Do not buy this. It's freaking 10 movement speed per auto attack. Don't do it. Just don't do it. So look, I'm continuing, always going back to that mid wave. And now looking, hawk-shotting into the river or into the jungle, and now looking for control. Now my team wants this top turret. So now I feel like, hey, I'm a full shift, I'm a full commit to the top turret. And if Gragas stays, I'm going to ult him. And if I miss it, hey, I suck. Hey, I hit it. So, play. We can play the game. Boom, click, click, click. Boom, caught out. He was defending the turret. If I missed that, we still would have gotten the turret, so it's always worth to go for that sort of play. There's no risk for that. I'll have my arrow up in a minute anyway. Now we're sieging top. The reason, now you might ask, why didn't you go back mid here? Why did you commit to the full shift top lane? The reason is because we have the Rift here. Is because we have an opportunity to siege the turret. And that's what matters. If you get an objective life Rift, if you have, let's say, even if you have a large amount of grubs, or another factor would be, does the enemy team lack wave clear? Then you know, they can't clear the wave, so we can take the turret, right? There's so many factors that you yourself have to decide in League, and that's what makes like playing as a macro, full macro player, probably your best odds of like, you know, consistently climbing, even when, let's say, your hands can't like compete with a lot of the players that you're against. Like if you're getting outplayed constantly, if you can't win mechanically, always think of the knowledgeable way to win. And in that case, I was able to find impact on the top lane play by just being where I needed to be. And this whole game, I've just been where I needed to be, resource-wise, grouping-wise. My score looks great, my bounty is high, my farm is good. Could be better, I just missed a lot of farm, and I'm not really clean at Ashe at the moment. But overall, it's been, really clean game. And here I am, back on the mid wave, always on this wave. I could be a little scared right now, because maybe people can collapse on me. But this is where I'd probably use my flash for the first time of the game. I'm willing to let people reveal themselves on my wave, so my teammates can play freely. And now we can take Otacon. You know, like, this game has quickly become, like, a stomp, because we just have that consistency on our team that the enemy team is clearly lacking. They're falling apart. And in many of your guys' games, many of your silver, gold, platinum, whatever, emerald games, you're gonna have so many players who will crumble apart and just falter at the easiest, like, sign of any challenge. And if you just play consistently, constantly, all the time, you will always climb. And that's what I see with every single like low ranked player, is they're not able to like do these reps and constantly do these things. They always like fall out of blind. They suddenly feel like, hey, I'm gonna go face check this jungle randomly. I'm gonna go there now and die. No, like, just focus on the easy parts of League. It's really easy to climb. Sometimes it might be boring, but when you press tab and you see your stats and you're like, wow, like I have insane KDA, insane farming, insane damage right now, and I'm so accelerated in this game, it's a very satisfying feeling. Here, I know my whole team's here. I'm gonna go for an arrow on Yasuo. He didn't win wallet. Skill checked. Easy. That was probably one of the harder arrows of the game that I had done, and maybe required some mechanics. But the Yasuo, I felt confident enough to go for that play because we have everyone collapsing, and it feels easy. So here, play with my team. They're doing all the work for me. I'm just that consistent damage. Should I flash on him? Screw it, we're double flashing on him. And look, now we could just use our flash in an aggressive way that can, you know, gain us a kill. If Lee Sin hadn't flashed himself, we both flap. Oh, by the way, that's a gold Korean Lee Sin. It's just doing some crazy jukes like that. Like, you don't gotta be that mechanically intense to win with these guys. You know, you can have a few mechanical players and you'll win games, guys. You know, GG. That was a great game. Thank you for watching that.